So let's go over two things. Number one, the eat big to get big lie, and number two, the lean growth truth strategic surplus. I'm gonna try to keep this video nice and short for you guys, and just go over the information that way you guys have it. So let's go over number one, the eat big to get big lie. Misinterprets caloric surplus. So what does that mean? Basically, a lot of people just eat big to get big in quotes, like they just eat as much food as they can, they eat whatever they can, and they focus on just getting in as much food as possible. In other words, they focus on quantity over quality, so they're not exactly focusing on the best foods for them, but they're just rather eating everything they see in sight. Like this in a way will work. Like you'll start to put on size, that's for sure. Like you'll get stronger, but most likely, if this is the route, this is the method you're doing, that you're just gonna eat as much food as you can. I promise you, you're gonna get way too big. For matter of fact, like you're just gonna get fat. I'll show you what eating big to get big looks like. That's what I used to do back in the day before I properly learned how to track my calories. I would just eat junk food. I would eat crap. I would eat McDonald's all the time, and this is what happened. Your boy got pretty big as a 5'9" Filipino guy. Like I went from this, like this is what I used to look like. I went from this to this. But with enough training and me dialing back in, I was able to go from that fatty pick of me back to pretty shredded again. And I was able to put on some pretty good size. As you can see, I think I'm bigger here than when I was before. So you don't want to just eat big to get big, because most likely you're going to fill your body up with crap that you don't need, and it's going to lead to excessive fat gain. So basically what I'd rather have you do instead is not focusing on eating like just random junk food, fast food, whatever you can for your calories, but rather focusing on food that is actually good for you, actual nutrient dense food. Plus you also get the benefit, if you eat cleaner, of actually feeling like a healthier human being, which has many benefits as well too. Like if you eat healthier, you're going to feel better, you're going to look better, you're not going to be as bloated, you're not going to be as fluffy compared to eating junk, and you're also going to perform way better in the gym, which is super good too, because when you perform better in the gym, typically you train harder and you're able to train longer as well too. And if you combine those two things, then your gains and results are going to be way better. Another thing, a little tip I give out to people, to my clients, is that just if you go grocery shopping, try to focus on buying whole foods. And to do that, when you go to the grocery store, just focus on the outside aisles of the grocery store. Your deli, your seafood, your dairy, your veggies, your fruit, typically all that stuff's going to be on the outside aisles. Typically the middle aisles of the grocery stores, where they have all the junk food, all the processed food, all the sodas, that type of thing. Just avoid those aisles and it'll be way easier for your shopping. A couple stories, little backstory. My worst dirty bulk, I gained weight really fast and I hated how I look. I did get strong, rather, like I was able to put up some good numbers, but like I said, I did get pretty fat, as you can see, and it was way harder to lose this weight compared to how easy it was to gain this weight. So for sure, I recommend not going about it that way. Number two, let's keep going. The lean growth truth strategic surplus. A moderate caloric surplus is key. Prioritize nutrient-dense foods. We already talked about that. Focus on quality gains, not just any weight. So a moderate surplus is key. Let's talk about that. Basically, what you need to do is figure out your maintenance calories. If you don't know how to do that, just leave a comment and I'll explain to you how to do it. But you figure out your maintenance calories and you put yourself in a slight caloric surplus. So what does that mean? That means you eat about 300 to 500 calories above your maintenance calories and you will start to see gains. You don't want to go too high on that number, because that's when you'll start to get fat and it'll be too much. So try not to do that much. Nutrient dense foods, again, just focus on whole foods as much as you can. Avoid sugar. Try to drink only water. Protein shakes is obviously okay, but try to stay away from soda, sugary juices, things like that. Ideally, if you're doing all this properly, you should see about half a pound to a pound of weight gain per week. If you're seeing anything above that, I would bump down your calories from a 500 calorie caloric surplus to maybe like 400 or 300 calories above your surplus, and that will be a little bit better and hopefully slow down the excessive fat gain that you might be seeing. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Focus on lean protein as much as you can. complex carbs like your breads, your pastas, etc., healthy fats like your olive oils, avocados. Lean protein is any type of protein. You guys probably know this already. Your chicken, beef, a little bit of pork here and there, eggs, whey protein, your milk, your dairies, your Greek yogurts, etc., peanuts, peanut butter, etc., etc. But that's about it. Those are the two things we're going to go over. So, quick little recap. We went over the lie itself of eating big to get big. Usually people just eat way too much and they end up getting actually fat rather than putting on actually decent gains. And we went over some strategic surplus things that you could do, like being in a caloric surplus daily, focusing on whole foods, quality gains. I gave you an ideal number to aim for weight gain, like half a pound to a pound. If you're going more than that, you're getting too fat too fast. Try to focus on lean protein, complex carbs, and healthy fats as much as you can. And consistent meals and adequate hydration. We didn't talk about that, but real quick, I'd rather have you focus on consistent meals throughout the day rather than just one or two super huge meals at the end of the night, because typically if you do that, you might not get all your calories in for the day. Adequate hydration, super easy, just drink a gallon of water every day. I don't make it rocket science, I make it super simple. But those are the two things I wanted to talk about. So if that's not enough information, you guys are looking for more, and you are a young, natural, drug-free guy trying to build drug-free muscle, I offer a complete A to Z program that teaches everything you could possibly need if you are trying to build muscle as a young, natural, drug-free guy. I'll put a link in the description below for you to check it out. It's completely free. Feel free to check it out. But yeah, that's the video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, maybe subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this. But thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Try to keep this a short one. See you guys in the next video.